Due to the importance of the topic, this video will be published in several different languages. With respect, Ibrahim Hashemi. Hello to all of you dear ones, and I hope you are well. I am Ibrahim Hashemi, and today is the 31st of July, 2024, and today I want to unveil a unique powerhouse. And so far there has been no such power plant, and for the first time I want to unveil it on the YouTube channel. And any video with this structure and after this date is definitely a copy. Therefore, the unveiling of this power plant will be done for the first time on the YouTube channel. The above power plant is very interesting and I worked hard to build it. I hope you will like this home power station, and be sure to like it and write me in the comments whether it's great or good or bad. Well, let's not waste time and go to continue the video. Solar panels are wonderful systems that easily convert solar energy into electrical energy. But with this good advantage, they also have disadvantages, such as even if we make an ideal panel, it can only convert a part of solar energy into electricity. And this is because of the structure of the semiconductors in the panel. Of course, it may be possible to increase the efficiency to 50% with multi-connection methods or overlapping methods or other methods, but it has not been presented to the market yet. Another disadvantage of panels in home use is that in the winter season, when the nights are much longer than the days, they are not able to produce energy like in the summer, unless we increase the number of panels and batteries, and this means spending more money. And unfortunately, it is not possible to activate the solar panels at night and the same as during the day by any method, and it is also very difficult to repair the damage and interruption of the internal connections of the panel. Now, considering these points, let's see the power plant I built and compare. The power plant that I want to introduce to you now consists of two main parts. 1. The solar dish. 2. The power box. Well, our solar dish can transfer 90 to 95% of solar energy to the focal point. The tank placed in the center of the dish is a 30-liter tank that contains less than a third of water. The steam created in the tank enters the power box with a pressure of 10 to 20 bar. I will give a brief explanation about the parts of the power box. If you look inside, you will see that it contains a steam turbine and generator. The steam turbine is covered with rock wool to block the noise from the turbine. Because water is so precious, the system is designed to convert 80% of vapor into liquid. This water tank consists of two parts and water is injected into the tank by this pump motor. This part is also return water. A small pump motor is also responsible for regulating the water amount from the return tank to the injection tank. Here you can see the system control box and the batteries and the 3000 watt inverter. This is also the electric steam valve that opens when necessary. Here you can see the radiator for cooling the steam, which is cooled by a low consumption 20-watt fan. And this is the steam suction pump from inside the turbine. Now, if I disconnect the steam pipe connected to the radiator, you can see the steam coming out. This steam is transferred to the radiator. At the back of the box, we have a water inlet that is connected to city water and fills the tank up to 5 liters if needed. The speed of rotation of the turbine can be adjusted in two modes. 1. Slow mode, which is now 2. Turbo mode. From the control box, several strands of wire have been taken into the kitchen, and you can see its path. and it has been transferred to the kitchen from this ventilator. In order for us to know the status of the power plant system, I have inserted a multi-pair cable from the ventilation part into the kitchen and into this control box. This control box shows the status of the batteries, and as you can see, the green LED is on and the generator activation LED is also on. If the LED of the generator is off, it means that the system is filling water into the tank and it may stay off for 20 to 30 minutes. It is also possible to place the pressure gauge and tank temperature gauge in this location, which I have not installed yet. At the time when the batteries are weak and our consumption is more than usual, we can use the turbo mode. Because the radiator of this system is small, I don't use turbo mode, but I activate it for this video. To activate the turbo mode, it is enough to press the turbo button for 5 to 10 seconds, so that the electric steam valve opens to the right amount and activates the second nozzle. Now the turbo mode is activated and it won't stay active for more than 5 minutes, and we have to quickly go to the power box. Now the steam turbine is in turbo mode and you can see that the steam output is very high. And because our radiator does not have the capacity to pass this amount of steam, I will not use this mode until the radiator is replaced and a larger radiator is installed. This mode lasts for 5 minutes and quickly reduces the tank pressure and can charge the batteries with 1400 watts of power, while in slow mode the output power for charging is 450 to 500 watts. I removed this power cable, which is for home lighting, from the power box outlet. And now I connect an angle grinder with a power consumption of 1100 watts to the output of the power box, and you can see that it turns on easily. Well, if this system is supposed to be like this, solar panels are much better and we don't have the problem of creating steam. And using the solar panel is much easier than the above system. But wait, don't go anywhere and watch the rest of the video. The important point of this system is that it also works at night. Yes, you heard it right. It works at night, but how? Let's go and visit the system at night. It is now almost 9:30 p.m. and almost 3 hours have passed since sunset. Now let's see how the system works at night.
The sound of the turbine is very loud.
I turn on the lamp. Although I opened the door of the power box, it still makes little noise. Of course, I must say that this is a generator that can be activated at low speed. Look, the system is very simple, and the reason why it can work at night is because I have used gas fuel. If you look here, I did a city gas plumbing here. This is the city gas pipe that came here. And it comes here and is connected to an electric valve and it goes up. This is an electrical ignition circuit. This is also a low consumption fan that pushes air into the pipe. Inside the tube we have a burner, and this is related to the igniter, and this is a thermocouple. This wire is connected to a thermo switch, which is used to control the temperature of the tank. Therefore, the burner can be turned on and off automatically. This torch will be lit even in the worst possible conditions, and you will see some of the torch's flames. Now I will remove the cap so that you can see the exit flame. The cap is very hot and the bottom is slightly fried. The burner flame is not very strong because the air fan is small, and if we want more heat, we have to use a stronger fan. Since the area is dark, I turn on a spotlight. I want to do something special. I want to do welding with generated electricity. In fact, when you are sure that your batteries will be charged soon, you can safely use electricity. Well, I prepare the welding equipment. I leave this welding machine here. Don't be surprised by the appearance of the machine because I made it myself and its efficiency is excellent. The inverter of the power box is 3000 watts, so it is possible that the inverter will burn if I draw more power from it. First, I start with a current of 50 amps and with a thin welding wire. Now with a current of 80 amps. Well, the inverter may burn and I will stop welding. Therefore, whenever the sky is cloudy or it is night, or the water in the tank has just been filled and the solar dish is not able to heat the tank, the burner will turn on automatically. In fact, if the temperature of the tank is lower than 180 degrees Celsius, the burner turns on automatically and stays on until the temperature reaches 190 degrees Celsius. In this system, gas consumption is very low, and the burner under the tank must be designed in such a way that it has the best heat transfer to the tank, and this is very important. Therefore, the gas burner and the solar dish are complementary, and if the tank is filled with water during the day, the gas burner is also turned on and increases the pressure inside the tank very quickly. Well, wait, don't go anywhere, it's not over yet. The system has a series of other advantages that we need in a house, so let's continue the video. You notice that this power plant works with or without the sun, and in fact the above power plant works like a dual fuel system. Of course, the power of the solar dish is great, and with bigger solar dishes and stronger burners, you can produce even more than 20 kilowatts of energy, and the power plant dish I made is small. In all houses, especially in winter, we need hot water, whether for the bathroom or for the heating system, and maybe for washing dishes and clothes. This system with its extraordinary energy can solve this need without the slightest concern. For this, I have taken a branch from the city water pipe into the tank. If you look, this hose is connected to city water, and one side of it goes to the back of the power box and the other side of it goes to this side. And from here it is connected to this metal pipe and it enters the tank, and from this side it leaves the tank and it is connected to this faucet. Of course, there is only one bend of the copper pipe inside the tank, and the copper pipe should not be spiraled, because instead of hot water, only steam will come out of the pipe. Well, I will separate this shower water from the faucet. If you look carefully, some steam will come out of the water. I take a large volume of water so that the water heat is real. The advantage of this method is that you immediately have hot water in the bathroom, and if you open the tap a little, the water is hotter, and the more water, the less heat. The thermal energy of the tank is so high that if you use hot water for hours, the steam turbine will remain active. Now we measure the average water temperature. The thermometer in the free space shows a temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. And now I will put it in the water. You can see that the temperature is almost 55 degrees Celsius, and if the tap is opened a little, the water temperature will be higher. We can have hot water at home so easily. I reconnect the shower to the faucet. The temperature of the water cannot be tolerated by hand. Of course, in my area, water boils at 82 degrees. Please wait, don't go anywhere, and I will introduce another advantage that the system has, which is valuable for many. Let's go to continue the video. This system has another advantage. There is no drinking water in many areas, and we need drinking water. This system that you saw and with this condition can produce 50 to 60 liters of distilled water day and night. Of course, you have to combine this water with certain salts that are suitable for drinking, and distilled water does not have any salts. Look, I installed this faucet from the water return tank from the radiator, and you can transfer it to the kitchen with piping. Or don't use it and let it sit in the tank during the water injection cycle. Now the distilled water in the glass is almost warm, and with this heat it is not drinkable and must be cooled. This was one of the good advantages of this power plant that I introduced. Let's go for the final words, and I hope you are satisfied with the system so far and like the video. And my request is that you write me a comment, either excellent or good or bad, so that I can see what your opinion was about the effort I took to build this system. Let's go to the closing remarks that I recommend you listen to, which have important points. I hope I have been able to introduce the power plant to you correctly. Many of you may intend to build this system, but for this I advise you that you must be fully skilled in technical and electrical matters, and otherwise, do not do this. Be sure that this system will fully meet your needs in terms of performance. The management of the production companies should consult with their experts and proceed to produce this power plant and make it available to the people, and it will certainly be very profitable. I have put the address of the videos for making solar dish, steam turbine and generator in the description. In order to build a good and powerful power plant, 3 things are extremely important. The first thing is the solar dish, which should not have an area of less than 5 square meters, and the bigger it is, the better. The second thing is the boiler tank, the bigger it is, the better, and of course, the bigger the dish, the bigger the tank will be. For example, a 200-liter tank can be used for a solar dish with an area of 10 square meters. And the bigger the tank is, the more condensed steam is, and it has great power. And the third thing is the steam turbine, and you should use a turbine that has good efficiency and little energy loss. And don't use a steam piston instead of a steam turbine, which will be less efficient. In this power plant, the depreciation of the system is very low, because gasoline or diesel engines are not used, and the turbine has very little depreciation, and it may only be necessary to lubricate its bearings every year. The biggest depreciation is related to batteries, which must be replaced every few years. As you have seen, the construction principles of this power plant are based on the solar concentrator system with a fixed focus, which I have registered. In this system, the movement of the solar dish is independent of the focal point and is fixed. If you put a 500 kilograms tank at the focal point, no weight will be added to the solar dish and the solar dish will move easily with its own weight. Therefore, you can build this power plant only with this solar dish system, and it is not possible with other systems, or it will be very expensive. Thank you for taking the time to familiarize yourself with this system, and please let others know by any means possible. I will give you more details about the system in a separate video. I say again, do not forget to like and comment. Each of you dear ones are very valuable, so take care of your health. Goodbye.